micromanagement. And the main reason for that was the fact that we were heavily reliant on skilled chefs. So, we got to the stage around 4 years ago where we thought, well, actually, we need to change this quite a bit in order to make it a thoroughly franchisable model where franchisees weren't having to rely on skilled chefs, weren't having to bend to their demands, and also to standardize the consistency of the food and the flavors, and then simultaneously also to get rid of costs such as gas. Gas has become very expensive, especially since the war in Ukraine, and also then to make sure that we could get rid of the impediments that we faced vis-a-vis planning permission here in the UK, extraction permission here in the UK. All of these things were major impediments to us being able to scale this brand as much as possible. I'll come on to the machinery that we sourced eventually. I'll just talk through this slide for now. So yeah, it's a Pan-Asian it's a Pan-Asian brand. It's a Pan-Asian menu. Flavors from China, Japan, Thailand, Malaysia, India. Our sauces are made for us here by domestic food manufacturers, so nobody can really steal those recipes from us. They're made for us exclusively, and they can only be bought by our franchisees. The rest of the food is pretty much it comes in frozen or fresh, or it comes in ambient, and it's a real small inventory, to be honest. There's less than 70 items that need to be bought from our stock list, and as you might have seen from the slide already, it's a 2-page menu, so a lot of these ingredients are replicated within parts of the menu. So we think it's authentic. We've tried various different types of foods from other vendors, tried various different types of sauces, and we think we've come to the right sort of combination when it comes to our flavors. It's fully customizable, so our build your own section is the most popular. Customers can choose various different types of carbs, meats, and or veggies and sauces, and then make it their own. Okay. It's affordable here, especially in the UK. We're still below what one would expect to pay for this sort of dish, retailing at a beginning price of £5.95 for a small dish, up to £8.95 for a large dish. Okay. What's also really propelled the brand in recent months is the fact that we're now open to all sorts of locations. Again, previously, by using gas and by having to have externally venting extraction, we couldn't place ourselves in transport hubs or shopping centers or kind of indoor locations. With the development of internally recirculating extraction systems, with the development of an all-electric model, we're now able to go into those sorts of, transport hubs, train stations, airports, food kiosks. So that's what's also really attractive to prospects too. Every dish is made fresh, as you might have seen from our social media, and it is a healthy alternative to what's currently on offer out there. I mean, burgers and pizzas will always be a firm favorite, but when customers want a healthy alternative, we're there to provide that. Yeah, so and as you can see from the pictures, there's various different types of carbs and meats and veggies. There's dry options, there's saucy options. There's three different types of noodles that we offer. We offer fries as a base as well. We offer rice, basmati rice as a base, and it ranges from kind of chicken, beef, prawns to paneer to tofu to garlic mushrooms, many different veggie options too, and I'm sure that will be customized for the Indian market. Here's a snap of the menu. So this is the build your own option that I was talking about. Yeah, really simple. Choose your base, choose your sauce, choose the additions, and if you want to, you can customize it at the end as well. Comes in 3 main sizes: small, regular, and large. Although some of the stores are only adopting the regular and large, given that the regular and large have better margins. There's also a meal deal option there as well for an additional £2. Customers get a drink and some prawn crackers for that price. Second half of the menu. So there's a set menu which has kind of favorites, kind of popular dishes nationally. They range from egg fried rice to Malay noodles, chow mein, house specials, and so forth. There's a very small platters section. There's a consolidated side section as well. Again, we're looking at making additions to these, perhaps taking off some of the options in favor of more kind of street food style sides. There's a kids section and there's a drinks section, and that's really it. We've kept it very short, very simple. We know that the customers' dwell time increases the more comprehensive the menu. We want customers to come in, get the menu straight away, and order. We want them in and out as fast as possible so we can serve the next customer. Here's a snap of one of the stores down in London. And some more pictures. Here's one in Birmingham. So I mean, this is this is an internal location. That would be an external location. But yeah, so Nikita, do you want to talk about this part of the slide?
Yeah. This basically, exhibits the Indian food industry's, market lookout currently, what the numbers are looking like. So basically, Indian food service market currently is weighing at, $68.62 billion, and it is only expected to grow further with a compound annual growth rate of 8.10%. So by 2028, we are expecting the market to reach by 93.72%, $72 billion, which is quite huge. And it shows that the investors that are looking to invest in the food and beverages market are going in the right direction. There are, certain other factors that are, say, propelling this growth. The online food deliveries, Gen Z and the millennials relying on, outside food is propelling the growth. Also, our brand Chopwalk is falling under the QSR market, quick service restaurant category market, which is also, gaining a huge, popularity in the Indian food service industry market. Currently, the market is sitting at $25.46 billion. But by 2029, we are seeing that it's going to go, reach $38.7.1 billion with a compound annual growth rate of 8.74%, which is quite, a huge number. Again, the cloud kitchen, like I said, cloud kitchen is something that is really, really popularizing, wherein, any brand can just start up from a smaller kitchen, not having a dine-in section. That market is also really growing ahead, but it is still under a $1 billion industry. 552 million US dollars is something that we are looking at in cloud kitchen in 2023, but this is also expected to grow by 15.6%, which is the highest CAGR among the three markets, and it's going to reach 1.523 billion, US dollars in 2030. So this is how the overall Indian food industry is currently looking like. So investors who are, really planning or looking to invest in this market as going in the right direction. Now, there are a couple of key market drivers which are propelling the growth of the, Indian food service market, which is rising disposable income. People are now having, the overall pay package or income range of Indian, earning population has really grown up post-COVID. So more the, amount in pocket, people are preferring to eating out or ordering in. Rapid urbanization, increasing working professional is something propelling the growth. We are having a few questions in the Q&A box. We'll address them later. International lifestyle. People are now adopting to westernized lifestyle more, and they're, because of increasing number of working women, they are not able to cook inside the house. So eating out or ordering in is really in trend. Increasing population, large number of young population, increasing demand of QSR formats, like I told in the previous slide already, consumer shift towards quality and hygiene. So it's not just eating out or ordering in. The current consumer trend is something that they really want a good quality food, hygienic food, which our brand is really, really capable of serving. So these are a few key market drivers which is going to propel the propel the market in the near future.
Yeah, just to add to that, what we
Yeah.
found over recent months, especially since the workforce has come back to at the office since COVID, is corporate catering. That really drives daytime sales. So the team that looks after our social media management, they run ad campaigns targeted at corporate firms, whereby we're offering kind of packages for 10, for 20, for 50 heads, people, that is. So, and that's proven quite popular. Firms quite often order in advance from very early in the morning, expecting a delivery by lunchtime, and that's really working well. It helps increase the average ticket value by a huge amount.
Absolutely. This is the trend here in India as well.
So training, did you want me to talk through this?
I'll first cover the financials up under the FOFO model, and then we'll discuss the roles and responsibilities of franchisor and franchisee. I'll just share my screen.
Sure.
I hope it's visible to all.
Yes, please.
Okay. So we are basically proposing FOFO, franchisee-owned, franchisee-operated, model for Chop Walk Express, and we have designed two different size of models. One is a little smaller format, which is of around 750 square feet, and other one is 1,000 square feet. 750 square feet is called Express Kiosk, which might have a very limited seating, but it would be more on the line of a QSR setup. And the dine-in setup would be somewhere around 1,000 square feet. It can go a little bit up as well, which will have around, say, 10 to 15 tables set up for dine-in as well. In both the cases, we've set up a franchise fee of 15 lakhs rupees for both the formats. Now, when we talk about total investment, in the smaller format, 750 square feet one, we have a total investment of 25 lakh 60,000. This will exclude the franchise fee. And in dine-in section, we have a total investment estimated as 36 lakhs 35,000. Royalty has been decided as 5% in both the models, and payback period, as in this much time you will recover your investment. So for 750 square feet format, the payback period is 1.69 years, close to 1.5 years. Similarly here, in the 1,000 square feet model, we have payback period decided as 1.62 years. Annualized ROI in both the models is above 100%, and agreement period that we are proposing is 5+5, as in initially 5 years agreement, and then renewal can be for 5 years as well, another 5 years. Now we are also proposing, those were the unit franchise, model and the financials. Now we also are offering area developer model under FOFO itself. So here we are looking out to have 25 rollouts, as in 25 total units, under which one master franchise direct unit will be, owned by the area developer licensee, and then they can sub-franchise 24 other units. So the for area developer or for master developer, we have decided a fees of about 40 lakhs rupees. I'm sorry. Yeah, 40 lakhs rupees is the master franchisee. And direct unit setup cost, again, I had discussed in the previous slide, which is 25 lakhs 60,000. So here, as area developer or master developer license owner, the total investment comes as 66 lakhs. Agreement terms, franchise fee share would be 50-50, as in whenever an master area developer sub-franchise a unit, 50% share of the franchise fee will be given to the brand. Similarly, royalty share will be 50%. 50% will be kept by the investor, 50% will go to brand directly. In this, payback period is considered as 17 months. And agreement period again same as 5+5 years. 5 years initially and 5 years renewal can be done. Now, this slide is nothing but it talks about the roles and responsibilities between the franchisee and the brand.
So what I would like to add on to what Nikita has said is that as this is the master franchise brand, which will be having the master rights for any support which is required for looking out for a place, for getting your vendor management done, getting your interiors, getting your equipments lined up, getting your day-to-day operation setup done, your team training done. Everything will be supported by Franchise India and Frank Global. We have a separate operations team which is already in the process of getting the menus and every detailing and all done along in support with Andy for getting the entire menu execution done. Andy himself will be traveling down to get the entire recipes and the projects aligned before we execute the operations. So anyone who is interested in investing and is a first generation investor also definitely will get a maximum leverage from this brand because uh, he gets everything in hand. Only he has to take care of the day-to-day operations and the support. Yes, please.
Yeah. So this slide is pretty much self-explanatory. There are a few sections, there are a few daily, day-to-day operations or monthly operations as well. So if we start about owning and operating an outlet. So in case of area developer, obviously the owner would be area developer, and in case of sub-franchisees, the unit investor would be the owner. Recruit sub-franchisees, area developer, location selection. So in majority of the part, whenever the area developer is coming, except the vendor selection and international marketing and website development, everything will be taken care by the area developer. In case of unit franchisee, there are some areas that are going to be taken care by both brand and sub-franchisees. There are some areas which will be independently taken by either brand or sub-franchisees. For instance, build-out assistance will be given by the brand, Chalkwork Express. Ownership and operations will be run by the franchise owners. Location selection will be done by the franchise owners because, Indian market is better understood by the local people. Build out assistant type of, okay, outlet interior design and layout will be, designs and support will be given by the brand. Okay, complete setup of the outlet will be taken care by the franchise owner or the investor. Staff planning and recruitment will be done by the franchise owner. Product, customer handling training, staff training will be taken care by the brand. Similarly, there are many other things. This presentation can be shared to the potential investors. So accordingly, they can go through each and every operations who's going to take care of what. So yeah, here we conclude our presentation and we are up for taking up any questions that are popping up in the chat box.
Just before we do, I'd like to share some further information.
Sure.
If I'm I just want to go through the brochure that I would typically go through with prospective franchisees. I think there's a lot of pertinent information in it which can be useful. Typically, or especially, I should say, from an area developer's viewpoint. So, yeah. So the main USP is that there's no need for skilled chefs. Now, I'm gonna share something else with you. So what we have, can we see this? Can we see this video?
You have removed this slide and then play it.
Okay.
Yeah, now you can play it.
Yes, so the need for skill was removed by these machines, which you can see for yourself.
Now we're going to do a trimming video both on the noodles and the rice. This is when you're extremely busy and we need to get food cooked fast. So we put it on a 2-minute setting at a power level of 4,000 watts, 4 kilowatts. In goes the garlic, in goes the meat. Put the spinner on the high setting, level 5. Same here, 2 minutes, 4,000 watts, Anyone let me know? In go the noodles in the bed at the same time. In go the stock. Same here. Goes in bed and rice at the same time. In goes the stock. And then we wait till we have the sauces. Goes one sauce. Goes the second sauce. Right, that's now turned off. You can turn the spinner off.
What is the cooking time, Andy?
2 minutes.
Wow.
That's your rice dish fully cooked. And that's your noodle dish fully cooked. Garnished with coriander and pork.
Yeah, so as you can see, it totally removes the need for any skill. And you can imagine 4 or 5 of these machines running simultaneously with just the one operator behind them. Okay. Stop the share and go back to
Sure. We can start the presentation.
sure. So as you can see, yeah, it's a 2-minute cook time. It's very fast. It's about as fast as anything can be, I think these days. Because it's a franchise, you've got access to everything you'll ever need. We've already set the fees quite low in comparison to other brands out there. What's also really important is here, especially in the UK, that there's no need for any planning permission to open these sites. Historically, we used to have to apply to the local councils to open a food place, but because we don't have externally venting extraction, there's no need anymore. Okay. I also think that we're market leaders in social media and influencer management. So we have a team which I'm sure can be used by Franchise India, who I mean, their main focus is to source and to collaborate with influencers. That's proven to be a very successful marketing strategy over recent months. And it's working really well. Influencers, they come in, they take their own footage, they make their own posts, they post on their pages, and they collaborate with us. And that in itself creates a lot of social media assets for us, and it negates the need for us to have to do as many of our own content. I think it's cutting edge design. I think you can taste the identity in the food. The margins are great. It's a sensible franchise. There's it's a comparatively quick ROI when compared to other food brands out there. And there's a heavy emphasis on direct sales. It's all electric, and as we say, it's early days. There's no reason why you shouldn't become an early developer. This is probably more geared to the UK market, but you can see that the gross margins are as so. So the average gross margin is around 79%. The cost of sales at 21%. Again, probably more applicable to the UK market. I just want to switch to my browser again. What's also very important is that we have a franchise help site here. And of course, it's a website, so it's accessible by both sub-franchisees, area developers, and staff as well. It's literally an A to Z of how to run your store. any problem that you might get, it's covered on the website. So, for example, if somebody forgets how to cook I don't know, a sweet and sour chicken, for example, it then redirects you to the master menu page. And then from there, you can kind of, click on the links and it will tell you how to cook that particular dish. It's got pictures, it's got ingredients, it's got videos in some portions as well. It's got the end presentation, it's got the packaging that ought to be used. So it's all there for you. Okay. Just going back to the influencer strategy that I spoke about. So these are the posts that we have. I mean, we have our own brand ambassadors here in the UK, but it's very important that influencers that are local to the stores are engaged. And I think this we do very, very well. I mean, this is just kind of one example here. And it's just continuous. Whether it's somebody from the white market or from the black market, from the Asian market, we try and get everybody involved to try and appeal to all kind of sections of our customers. And it works well. Some are older influencers, some are younger, some appeal to kind of students, some appeal to the working force market. And yeah, it just works really well. I can't overstate how well it works. It's probably been one of the biggest game changers up there, allied with these automatic machines, I would say. I spoke about the emphasis on direct sales earlier on, so I just want to switch your attention to the website. So we've had our own app. Actually, I'll just go to the home screen on the website first. I just want to, again, when I spoke about tasting the menu, this is a try and vibe that we try and create in stores. So all the stores have kind of heavy Asian landscape features on the walls. It's all very kind of Far Eastern based. We try and create, the look and feel of an Asian, whether it's East Asia, West Asia, we try and create that sort of feel in a store. It's very vibrant, it's very electric. We use a lot of faux greenery. We use a lot of LED on the wall, so it's quite unique in what we do. But yeah, as you can see now, it says you can order direct from the website. You can also order direct from Instagram as well. So there's an order now toggle here, which again just takes you to the website. A lot of our orders do now come through Instagram. It's just the way it is. But that's what we developed for the younger market. Go straight to the online ordering page, and you can start to add to your basket. But yeah, so when I say that we cater to the direct market, we have a loyalty scheme which involves an app that we've had developed for us. Customers download the app instantly. They're greeted with 250 points, which here in the UK equates to £2.50, which they can use straight away on our website. The loyalty scheme is cross-platform, so it doesn't matter whether the customer's ordering online, whether they're ordering through a desktop, a laptop, a phone, a browser. So long as they're registered, the system recognizes the points that they've accrued, and it also deducts the points once they come to redeem. And they can redeem and spend in person as well. So if they want to go to a store, they can show their app, and then we'll put in the customer code so that the points are either added to or they're redeemed off the app. So it's cross-platform, it's multifunctional, and of course it's great for marketing to our customers too. Yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to cover as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, Andy. Andy, I just had one question. Like, the most important thing about a Pan-Asian food is that you need to have it at least warm, if not hot. So, what is the time you suggest that? What should be the difference between the cooking time and the serving time? Because in India, home delivery contributes a huge segment to all our QSRs,
Yeah.
basically between
No, that's a good
30% to
question. That's a good
40%.
question. Yes, so that's a problem that we resolved very early in our growth. So our packaging is manufactured in China. but crucially, it's wax lined on the inside. It's wax coated, so it stays hot for up to an hour. To answer your question, average packaging or standard packaging is around 20 minutes, half an hour. But our packaging, because it's wax coated for us, it's up to an hour.
That's great. And currently, how many units we are having internationally right now for chop work?
Domestically, we're on unit number 13 now with Express.
Okay.
And there's around another 8 that have signed up over the last kind of couple of months. And we've got another 4 opening early next year. So we'll be well past 20 by Q2 2025.
Okay, great. Thank you. So we have some questions also which has come in. Some of them I could answer it. Some are still there. So we have Manish Kumar. So Manish, if you can mention which city you are calling from, it would be great. My team will definitely be in touch with you. So how many robotic machines do we require for this? So I think 2 machines, right?
It's location dependent. We've got
Location
shopping
dependent.
center units that have got 5 machines. We've got suburban units that have got 3 machines. I don't think 2 is going to cut it because you want to be able to be at max capacity. Or I should say that you don't want to be at max capacity soon. So I would say a minimum of 3 up to an unlimited amount. It really depends upon the location. If it's a super busy location, 5, 6, why not? Why not?
And what is the staffing you recommend shift-wise if it is a 750,000 square feet and if it is a smaller one?
Yeah, so the operation is split between front of house and back of house. Back of house is clearly where the machines operate. Front of house is customer service. Again, location specific, depending on how busy it is. I would say between 1 and 4 up front, and between 1 and 3 at the back.
And I think, Andy, what plays a major important role is that because I have been from the F&B industry and I know it's a big challenge to get in a chef who can prepare Panasian, and especially the cost in which a Panasian chef comes in India is very high. Because once definitely this we sort out the that important segment, and second is that if you can treat a normal kitchen staff to operate this equipment, I think he can also do this. Sorry.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's it's a huge USP as far as I'm
Correct.
concerned. I mean, the people that operate these machines, they're not of a chefing background. They don't have those sorts of skills. The only skill that's required is remembering what to put in each dish, and that's just 2 to 3 days of comprehensive revision of the menu just to get to memorize the menu. But I mean, even having said that, it's a very concise menu. It's quite small in its size, so that doesn't require too long. So yeah, it's a good point, Bharat, but we've tackled that with these machines.
Sure, and I think there's a lot of food cost which you control on because most of the raw materials are basically kept separately, and you just need to uh, cook it during the time of when the food is being prepared. So you save a lot on wastages also. I think which is another USP which Nikita was there on the call last time, and she was discussing along with the team.
Yeah, on that point, we when we developed the shopping center model, all of the ingredients are displayed in the counter. Okay, so they're refrigerated counters, so they house food for up to kind of 4 to 5 days. But also, what we're looking at developing is a hot servery. So if you can imagine a fridge, but just the opposite of a fridge. So we'll stock this hot servery from the back with kind of national favorites and customer favorites, and they'll be being cooked on constant rotation. So there's a serving, yes, with the ingredients, but also we're trying to look at ways where we can exceed our max capacity by having these sorts of hot displays where customers just come to the display, pick up the noodle box, walk to the counter and pay, and off they go.
Sure. So there are some more questions which has come in. So Manoj, who is Manoj, if you can write from the city, which city you are from, then my team will get in touch with you after the webinar is over. So Manoj has a question that is there any change in taste due to the automation of the entire food preparation process?
Not that I would say is anything that's noticeable. I mean, as you might know, I think it's called the Maynard effect when something's cooked on gas. But because there's a wok in between the flame and the food, I mean, it'll be much more noticeable if, for example, it was a barbecue, yeah, and the barbecue's cooked on an open flame. You can definitely tell a difference when something's being cooked on a flame, like raw meat, compared to being cooked in an electric oven. Because these are woks, because they're cooked on the same carbon steel woks as a gas dish would be cooked on. It's trace really. It's not noticeable.
Sure. I think there was another question that electric or gas, what's the difference? So Manoj, this question I can only answer that. See, there are many malls and shopping areas where gas is not allowed because of the fire and safety hazard. So that's the place where electric ovens has come into concept. So the technology provides a backup support for that. If the machine does not work while cooking, yeah, definitely then there we need to have substitutes, and definitely there will be maintenance team which will be there, will be equipped to handle it. Uh,
Yeah.
are you open to both models? So it is, Gaurav, it is a FOFO model, but it is a master brand with Franchise India. So we will give you all the support for executing and operating the brand, whichever city is looking out for. Uh, there is a question, is air conditioning included? If not, what would be the additional quantum? So Akash, we have this sheet which has the power and the electrical cost also included in it, which is there in the Excel. You can follow that. In that, the details will be there. So that's all as far as questions are concerned. Andy, I would like to thank you for taking out this time and opportunity to join along with us. Also to mention to all of you, we will be having a separate booth at the Franchisee India show on the 29th and 30th at the Mumbai Geo World Convention Center. So we'd love to meet all of you who are interested for this brand and would like to have a one-on-one meeting along with us to discuss more and understand more about the details. I have shared my email ID, mobile number for you to get in touch for direct one-on-one appointments. And Andy, I would like to hand over the closure note to you, after which Bharat will do the closure for the session.
Yeah, no, well, there's not much left for me to say apart from the fact that, I've been doing this, as I say, for the best part of 10 to 12 years. I've made all the mistakes that there are to make. And the reason why the franchise is proving so popular here in the UK, because we've gone through every single facet of the business to figure out what possible improvements could be made. And we've now arrived at that point. And, it's proving insanely popular. I've now got two UK distributors who are willing to service and kind of even domestically manufacture the machines. They're proving so popular. And I've got people from all walks of life. I've got I've got a couple who are both solicitors. They've taken a franchise recently. I've got confectioners. I've got retailers. I've got a retired doctor who's a franchise, and it just goes to prove the point that you know historically you would need to be very involved in a food related business. But with this new methodology, with this new way that we handle marketing, the way that we handle consistency, you don't need to be as involved. So yes, you need to be visible. Yes, you need to be vigilant, but not quite as involved as you might have been perhaps 10 or 15 years ago.
Thank you, Andy. Bharat,
All right,
over to
thanks
you
so
for the
much.
closing note.
Thank you, everyone. And I would like to thank all the viewers who joined this webinar. I mean, these webinars are just done for you so that you can take an informed decision with the best brand opportunity available. We would also like to thank all the panelists for being available, on this webinar, sharing brand details, specifically Andy for sharing the details, and Nikita for explaining about the financials. Right, thanks so much, you both.
Thanks, Andy.
To the viewers, in case if you would like to get in touch with Andy on one-on-one, then of course you can get in touch with our number 9717 683 or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. So that's it for the day. Tomorrow again, we will come up with a new brand and we'll explore another business opportunity. Till then, take care and have a nice day ahead. Thanks so much,
Thank
Andy.
you.